Okay. No. Okay. Hello? So good. No, God, bloody hell.
Het is humor, ja, dan maar heb je dit niet voor. Dit heeft ook al in. Put het uit in. Nou, hier en daar.
Hello? Hello? Hello. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Tonight is a very special week for us of the live meditation meetup because we are sharing it in person with a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful group who is here in Glastonbury for I Exist 2025, as well as the usual beautiful, beautiful people who are there on Zoom and in the live stream. So our theme is the celebration of consciousness. And the celebration of consciousness in us greets the celebration of consciousness in you. So celebration. It's been quite a party over here. And the beautiful thing about celebration is that there's all of that excitement and party feeling, that specialness, that sense of occasion, that sense of happening in a very beautiful way. And maybe the core celebrations are the celebration of birth, celebration of life when somebody passes, celebration of birthdays, celebration of achievements, celebrations when there's been a release from a particular pattern of suffering. See, it's got a lot to do with rites of passage, with moments of eternity in a way, moments which come from another kind of time. You know, we have our regular normative life when we're in a particular programming of surviving with a regulated amount of stress and a regulated amount of boredom and a regulated amount of a little bit happy, but not especially because too much would make us a bit. And then there are those moments, like a wedding, those gatherings, when people who are really deeply connected with the heart, and maybe also with the body, from the same tribe or from the same culture, when they gather together for a purpose, like a wedding or a ritual. And it's almost like another kind of time. It's like time is in another dimension. It's like the wedding days. There's a specialness, there's a sanctity about it. It's like time slows down and it's like another zone where it's not really passing like it normally passes. It's like we're cherishing every moment, every detail. The senses are open, experiencing it all. And it's another type of impression. This is where memories are formed which will be with us forever and ever. Where we're touched, where we open up to be touched in a field of togetherness. It's like another kind of time. Something's coming online. We come to a wedding or to meet a newborn baby, or to a funeral, or to a birthday, with a certain orientation of the soul. We make ourselves available. We're available with the heart. Our joy is available. Well-being, or the wish for well-being, is available. We're wishing it well, really caring for each other. And there is a kind of celebration of the time that we have together, the preciousness of time. Also, especially with births and deaths. At the same way that we realize that everything's passing with these rites of passage, we also realize how very precious time is. Because it's passing, how each moment is delicious. And how precious space is, because with this space, in this dimension of time, we're able to touch each other and experience each other alive in a physical form, which we might, after we die, have all of eternity to experience each other. Oneness. But that's another kind of time. This opportunity to experience the movement of love, or the movement of consciousness, the movement of joy, the movement of care through the physical. And to find the other in the physical. And to move together in a ritual, which is celebrating life. Celebrating that we are here now. And this is all about making ourselves available, opening up to experience each other, to experience the environment, to experience what there is to be experienced, the color, the smells, the scents, the music of life. And it becomes so rich. It's like something is coming online, and that's a party. Now, the duality that we have moving with celebration is attachment and negation. And it's not the same thing. We might think we're going to the birthday of our friend because we're attached to them. But if we're attached to our friend, and that's why we go to their birthday party, and only because we feel they're ours, we possess them, they're one of our minions, what are we negating? Who is our friend? Who are we? Where's the mystery? Where's the miracle of the joy that can show up out of nowhere, spontaneously? Today, it's very fashionable to talk about attachment theory, different styles of attachment, which is a beautiful school of psychology or approach to therapy. But from one point of view, it's a little bit misleading. Because what are babies really looking for? Is consciousness. To have their own consciousness be met by the consciousness of others, of their parents, in the here and now. And that's a celebration. It's not attachment. It's not to be held or to be joined up again. They just got free with the birth. It's to feel connected through being seen, being heard, being touched, and to being able to experience consciously others, their mother, their father, their siblings, through the physical. It's an experience. It's not an attachment which stays still. It's an experiential flow, which actually the more it can flow, the more alive it becomes, and the more of a celebration it becomes. We all know how little children can be so very annoying with their mummy look, papa look, papa look, papa look, papa look. And they doing something really cool with the ball. They say, mummy look, you look, and they drop it. Because they so much want that affirmation, that appreciation, that what something which is coming together with consciousness. So consciousness is not something we do later. Oh, I'll be conscious tomorrow. It's not something we do yesterday. Consciousness is always now. It's always in this moment. Like celebration. It's not something that we do elsewhere. We try and be conscious elsewhere, we immediately, what happens is the here, where we are, encircles the elsewhere, and it becomes elsewhere becomes here. When we die, we don't go to another place. There isn't one. Our true nature, the source of consciousness, the great big gig in the sky, the celebration of life, isn't somewhere else. It's not elsewhere. It's an aspect of consciousness itself. So here we begin to move into the celebration of consciousness. Because, you know, in our non-dual, there have been comments on YouTube about non-dual spelled like non-Jew. I'm not sure about that. Yeah. So non-dual circles, consciousness can be seen as something kind of a bit bland, like pure consciousness, and that's it. There's nothing really there. Because if stuff begins to be there, it's not pure anymore, is it? There's a severe separation between consciousness and content, as if, and that's partly how we realize that consciousness is free. But if consciousness is separate from what consciousness experiences, then it becomes a little bit artificial and conceptual. So what would the celebration of consciousness be? Now here at this I Exist retreat, we've been working with secretly with the birth of the universe, the birth of consciousness through the elements. What it means to be alive as our true nature, in nature, as an experience. And what comes forward are these qualities of consciousness. That consciousness is rich, first of all, with the quality of celebration. It's a party. The universe is created. The Lord saw that it was good. It's a party. It wasn't just, yeah, the Lord separated heaven from hell and saw that it was good in a very non-dual, unattached way. No, he saw that it was amazing and stable. It's good for processing, for expressing something deeper, something of a different vibration. And what is that? What's this celebration? What's coming through consciousness? What party is coming through consciousness? Well, in a way, this is where we can take our pick. We could easily go into meditation and say consciousness is made of love. When a mother looks at her child and she becomes present in the here and now, and the child looks back at their mother, there is the pure one vibration of love here on earth. But that consciousness between a mother and child isn't separate. When we bother to connect consciously with each other or with something in nature, we are transmitting love and we are receiving love. We could say consciousness is love. But we could equally say that at this party of consciousness, consciousness is freedom. It's absolutely amazing that we are able to be conscious of a flower, and then we are able to be conscious of what's happening inside us. Why? Because consciousness is free, always. It's free to wake up in the morning, it's free to go to sleep at night. It's free to move from one area of experience to another, from Stonehenge to Avebury, from Avebury to the Tor, from the Tor to Glastonbury, from Glastonbury maybe back to Alaska. It's free, but it's always here now. It's a party. Consciousness is pure. There's a purity in consciousness. So much so that if we are ashamed, and we really let ourselves consciously experience that shame, the shame becomes pure shame. A pure physical experience of heat and purification. Consciousness is innocent. Whether or not we've had experiences of guilt, it's a party of qualities of true nature. Now, this is an opportunity we have in every moment, everything we touch, everyone we meet, every moment that we experience. There is this incredible party of consciousness of where subject meets object, where the foot touches the earth. And there's a party of an experience. The consciousness in the earth meets the consciousness in your foot, in your toes, even the little one. And when the consciousness in the earth meets the consciousness in the soles of the feet, they become one. Something new is born. There is the one consciousness. You wouldn't know which is earth and which is foot. And there is a blend, a reunion of all the earth elements within the foot with all the earth elements within the earth, that patch of earth where we are standing. It's a party. When we move in groups together, in the here and now, in an easy way, not a forced way, not we are in the here and now. No, just naturally, opening up to experience, outside and inside, and outside and inside. Partly what's happening is there is such a celebration where all the consciousnesses also become one in a certain dimension, like at a wedding. A celebration. There's an energy which is shared without taking away anything of the uniqueness of each one. In fact, each one shines even more uniquely within that shared field. So in this retreat, we've been visiting sites where there have been celebrations of consciousness and where there are still celebrations of consciousness and where consciousness is a celebration, where the two are one, not just a brain flap, a side product of a physical brain. It can't be, maybe it can be replaced by AI, we leave that. So we've been visiting places where consciousness is a celebration. Cathedrals where you see this perfect geometry, harmony, beauty. These structures of experience, which are reflections of the inner world, partly. The well-being which is naturally part of our consciousness, part of our being here now. Meaning when we come into the here and now and we become conscious, we allow more consciousness to move into the body, into the heart, through the mind in such a way that consciousness is primary and thoughts, feelings, emotions, sensations are secondary. then a healing process begins. The whole system, all the systems begin clearing and moving towards well-being, moving towards an accessibility to those qualities like peace, freedom, happiness, joy, fulfillment, togetherness, connection, passion. We are in a time in human evolution, it seems, where it becomes quite urgent for us to appreciate that the individual and the uniqueness of the individual will not be sacrificed if we allow togetherness, if we allow ourselves to flock together and to be there for each other, to move as a group. That it's not a competition between this or that, that there is more than enough space. In fact, there is a nurturing of individuality within groups, within togetherness, within this wider party. And why is it so incredibly nurturing of the individual uniqueness? Because in a group, all of these qualities are pooled through the central column. Imagine in the cathedral, the central column. So everyone's qualities are flowing into there and everyone's qualities are flowing out. And while we're in our individual thing, we're also finding we are touched by and have accessibility to. We have access to all the qualities of everybody else. We share each other's processes, and that means that we all become richer. We share the resilience, the learnings that we've all been through, which means that we all become more resilient. And the most amazing thing in this celebration of consciousness, and why we love to do groups like this, also the groups that we do on Wednesdays, is that because these qualities, this consciousness is here now, it's always accessible here now. Meaning anytime you blend into the atmosphere of the group, of the wider group that comes to the Zoom meditations, maybe you're even sharing qualities or information with people that you've never met, because everyone knows somebody knows somebody. In the here and now, it's always available. There is an incredible resource of support energetically for everyone, no matter where they are. That's what a Sangha is based on. It's just a thought away. A week from now, the beautiful people here in the room will be back again somewhere else. But there is no somewhere else. They're always here now. At any moment, you can bring forward this to your mind, to your heart, this feeling of being here now, and you will be here now again, and there will be an openness to receive. Just ask for help, it will come. It will come from the pool of all of us. And we'll all learn how to drink from that pool in our loneliness. And we'll all learn how to evolve at this edge, where there is this celebration of the individual consciousness within the greater whole, which is very real. You know, we can treat consciousness like it's a disease and it spreads from one to the other, to the other, to the other, and everybody knows somebody, like with the matches in COVID, where one candle lights, one match lights another match, lights another match, and then somebody's got their mask on, and then it breaks the chain. But we can also look at it as a flow of compassion. From this group, from the online meditations on Wednesday, each one is a light, sharing the light of all of us, which lights up another light, another light, another light, another light, which means that everybody is enlightened here. in times which sometimes can feel very, very dark. We are here for each other. And that's also a celebration. Doesn't have to be a heavy thing. It's really a party to be here, irrespective of what's coming. Okay, so we take a 5-minute break, and then we come back for a meditation on the celebration of consciousness.
So welcome back, everybody. It's so nice to see you there in the Netherlands and all around the world. You're a little bit part of our group now as well. So let's move. Yeah, let's move into the guided meditation. So if you could take a relaxed position. And just move your conscious awareness, your attention a little bit inwards. And connecting with the physical body. And feel how the body is supported by the chair you're sitting on, or the couch you're lying on, by the floor. And maybe it's possible to relax yourself a little bit more deeply into that support. And relaxing yourself into this support. Just allow your body to fall asleep or almost asleep. To come to a deep, deep rest. And at the same time that we allow the body to almost fall asleep, we bring our consciousness to our central channel, the central cone, which is inside the body, between the top of our head and the pelvic. And then we make our consciousness a little bit longer. We let the body rest. And at the same time that we let the body rest, we just imagine that we get a little bit longer. By getting a little bit longer, our consciousness is very awake, very much awake of everything around us. And at the same time, we allow the body to be deeply, deeply restful, deeply relaxed. Only our consciousness is wide awake, stretched a little bit longer as the body is. And then I'd like you to kind of direct your consciousness to an object outside yourself. It doesn't matter what kind of object. It can be another person you're witnessing with our consciousness, or a chair, maybe a tree. Directing our consciousness towards this object outside ourselves. Or maybe we can touch the consciousness of that object. Consciousness of the chair or the tree or the other person. And maybe to touch the consciousness of the object, it is possible to feel that the object is also conscious of us. That we are conscious of each other, you and the object. And then I'd like you to take another object. And while we connected and stay connected with the first object of our choice, we also open up to the other object. And we expand our consciousness to touch the consciousness of the other object as well. And maybe we can touch the consciousness of this other object and become aware that this other object is maybe conscious of us as well. Are we sharing consciousness as two objects right now? And maybe you can even sense that these two objects we're sharing consciousness with are conscious of each other as well. So we are conscious of these two objects, and they are conscious of each other. And maybe this brings forward a bigger consciousness, a consciousness which is conscious of all three. And this bigger consciousness is coming forward. Allow yourself to connect with this bigger consciousness. And maybe it's possible from this bigger consciousness, when we kind of allow it, to also blend with the consciousness of the planet, the consciousness of the earth itself. Being aware that also the earth is conscious of us. And maybe it's possible to allow the consciousness of the earth to rise in and around you slowly upwards. To meet through you the bigger consciousness. And at the same time, we deeply connect with the central column and allow ourselves to blend with the central column inside ourselves. We just rest in this position for some time. Connected with the area, the feeling, the experience of conscious being in connection with the conscious of the earth and the bigger consciousness. Maybe slowly. It all becomes one consciousness. And it is one consciousness. And just allow it to reach out to any object of your choice. To greet it. Maybe we become aware that the consciousness of the object of our choice is greeting us back. And just take some time to linger in the togetherness of consciousness. Consciousness, recognizing consciousness as consciousness. Consciousness recognizing itself as consciousness. Okay. Take your time to come back to the here and now. And we have a little break, 5 to 10 minutes. And after that, there is some time for questions and sharing, and of course, the peace meditation. And we are going to say goodbye to the people on the live stream.
Everybody.
Bye bye.